So Cancer, this week you pulled some difficult ones. From Lay Vampire, you pulled Burnt by the Sun, Ambition, Extension, and Reach. This is my I overdid it card. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Trickery, which worries me a little bit, but we'll get into that one. That one's a difficult energy, and I certainly don't ever want to point fingers at anybody, but we'll get into both sides of that. Now, Burnt by the Sun. The Blessing says, you will never know your potential unless you go beyond the limits you have set for yourself. You may not succeed, but you will know a great deal more about yourself than you do now, and you are certain to grow through the experience. And then working with this card talks about being mindful of what is safe and wise for you at this time with the skills and training you have. A part of this card that I like, it says, it is as if you are wishing to undertake a marathon without ever having run a mile. It's like wanting to do something and expecting immediate results without having any practice or training within it. But it says that with that hard work, that the goal is there and the desire will be within reach. It's just that you need to have patience and hard work. Use hard work, right? Now, Trickery. Here's where things get complicated. Now, the card at a glance says, notice here that there may be manipulation because of fear of being rejected. There is no evil intent, only a deep desire to be loved. This card may also indicate that you should practice asking for your true heart's desire rather than fearing someone else's resentment. The quote for this card says that the tempter is as guilty as the thief. The inspiration says, during trying times, things may be easier if you ask for help. Don't be disappointed if assistance does not come from the place you expect. The personal question says, am I afraid to tell the truth? How does that fear make me manipulate others? What do I really need to say? The key ideas are dance of scarcity, coveting possessions, vulnerable heart, self-honesty, accusing others, and hidden motives. So to me, it's like on both sides. You may be dealing with somebody who may not be being honest. And if you're not being honest, the reason why it says trickery is because, you're not really speaking the truth here. But instead, what you're saying may come off as manipulative. So Cancer, just be careful of that. All right, Cancer, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. This card for me, every time I see it, I'm like, ugh. Just emotionally feeling lethargic and bored and just bleh. Which is no good. No good. The Four of Cups is talking about being in that emotional stasis. Being in an emotional funk is basically how I see it. It's suggesting boredom. Maybe feeling like things just aren't good enough. And in the past, the Ace of Swords. So, it's hard. It's hard saying this. I think for a lot of you, because the first thing I heard was being bored with the truth. The truth is just boring, And it's not that. I think that you're tired of hearing the same truth over and over again. You're just like, all right, I get it. But it's like emotionally, you're just not in it. The Ace of Swords is clarity. It's clarity. It's truth. Speaking the truth, seeing the truth, knowing the truth. Absolute mental clarity. But emotionally, there's just blah, blah. Oh, Cancer. Looking at the Prince of Cups or the Knight of Cups, this is about the messages of love and romance. And here's the thing. If you're dealing with another water sign, when you're looking at the Ace of Swords, it's no wonder why the Four of Cups is sitting there. It's like, and I've always said this with this card. When it comes to the Knight of Cups, talk is cheap. Actions are what is going to be important with this. It is the offering, somebody making the offering, coming in with these loving messages, and you're just like, you're blah, right? And I think that what is coming through is truthful. It's just, you're not in it. And then the other question there too, though, is, are you really being truthful about your own feelings, because clearly you're not. I mean, and then the other part too is, whatever truth you were seeing in the past that's coming through now, for a lot of you, this just could be simply you rejecting an offer as well. But I do feel like there's a question here on, the truth of what is being said by this Knight of Cups. Oh, okay. So you get to a point here where you're just like, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. The Two of Swords is the stalemate, right? It's knowing the situation, seeing the situation, but not being able to make a clear decision. It's needing to make a difficult decision. What do you do? And you're just not in it. You are just not in it. I do like seeing the Ace of Swords above the Knight of Cups, because to me it's saying that whatever is being said here is truthful. It's just that for you, I don't think that you're in it. And again, it just could simply be you rejecting an offer and not knowing what to do with all this. Oh, wow, Cancer. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is your best path to follow. Here's the thing. This card very much is about the cycles that we go through. This may be something that's happening again. This may be, a second chance when it comes to a relationship even. But it's like, it's fate and destiny. This is something that is supposed to happen, but it's like, where are you emotionally? I mean, are you seeing that things are starting to turn in your favor here? Right? Because it's a good card. It's good energy. It's just that I think emotionally you're not in it, but it's like the universe is trying to tell you that things are different, that they're different this time. What is being said to you is truth. And, again, there's that question. I think maybe at one point there was a question about it, and you not really being able to, make a decision because of not knowing. Is this the truth? Is this not the truth? Is what I'm hearing the truth? And maybe you're just bored with this back and forth and not really knowing. But the Wheel is saying that things are different this time. Things are different, and they're happening in your favor. Oh, yeah, it has to do with a relationship in your environment. The Two of Cups. Man, and you are not in it. You are not in it. For some of you, your relationship is just not... Emotionally, it's not happening for you. And I wonder here if it's because you're questioning on whether or not what is being said to you is truth. And it is. I'm telling you it is. Seeing the Ace of Swords, it is. But you're just not there. You're not there. I mean, you've got the Two of Cups where there's the emotional bonding. Here is, the messages, the loving messages, the offer. But why is it that you're having difficulties emotionally? And I think it's because, I do get the feeling that you're tired of the back and forth, because again, this is a second go around, Man, Cancer, your hopes and your fears, the Three of Wands. Wow. So looking at the Three of Wands, I think that a lot of you are hoping to see things change within a relationship, especially when it comes to emotions, which is good to see. It's good to see. The Three of Wands, for me, there is the waiting period, but the thing is that, you have put plans into action here, right? When you're looking out over that cliff, you should already know what to expect, because these are the things that you have set into motion. You're watching things develop here, right? Because you get the initial spark of creativity with the Ace. The Two is where you're making the decisions to act. The Three, you have acted, and now you're seeing what develops out of this. And I think that, there's a hopefulness there. There's hopefulness there that things will start to change for you emotionally within a relationship. I just think that for some reason you're just not in it, and I don't understand why. But, I do get the feeling that it's because you're tired of going back and forth. Is it the truth? Is it not the truth? Like you not knowing exactly how you feel about this. which is not good. It's not good. But there is hope there. There is hope there that there will be development, positive development within a relationship. Oh, and then the outcome. Wow, Cancer. Wow, you've got the wheel and the world, or the universe. And I love this card. Shiva doing the dance, right? Here's the thing. When you're looking at the universe or the world, this is talking about a completion, a major completion happening. And for you, it may be, the successful completion of dealing with things in a difficult, emotional way. It's almost like you finally do get some clarity here, and this process has completed itself because it is the successful completion, right? Feeling accomplished. I think that you are going to see some really positive developments within a relationship, and a lot of you are looking at a new beginning, but this new beginning is going to be one of those things where what has happened in the past is going to be fully completed. If truth was there in the past, it's the truth of this person's feelings, the way that you're feeling, getting a better understanding of this. And, being truthful with yourself about how you feel within the relationship. But still, things, there's a new beginning here, a very good one. Looking at the wheel and then seeing the universe, it's good. It's good. And I do think that you're hoping for that positive development within a relationship. It's just a matter of getting you out of that funk. There's a couple of different things that I'm hearing about, going with this back and forth here when you're looking at the Two of Swords. Truth or not truth? Truth or not truth? What is it? And I think that that's something that you're struggling with emotionally. But for a lot of you, this may be a second go around within a relationship. Whether you're dealing with difficulties in an existing one where just emotionally you're not in it, or you're looking at a new relationship. All right, Cancer, we're going to take a look at the soul trees to see what else is going on for you guys. But wow. And then the other thing too is when you're looking at burnt by the sun and you're looking at trickery, obviously, there needs to be clarity and truth when it comes to what your intentions are. But that is something that I would also expect from the other person involved here as well. But the other thing is you do have to be open to the fact that, there is possibly another go around within a relationship that is going to create a lot of emotional abundance for you. Even though right now you may be facing an emotional funk, seeing these two is no joke, especially with a relationship. I don't see this as a breakup situation. I just think that some of you are hitting a bump in the road emotionally. But there needs to be clarity on intentions. And there needs to be an openness here. An openness to, hear the other person as well. Because, when you're looking at the Two of Swords and guarding yourself emotionally, it's blocking out the communication as well. Right? Get to know each other. Learning to meet another's need for love is important for a relationship to grow. Cancer, I'm telling you, with your relationship, when you're looking at get to know each other, that it's so important. It's so important. And I think it's important for you to be truthful about the way that you're feeling within the relationship. I don't see a reason for there to be any kind of a breakup. There needs to be progress forward within the relationship. And these emotional crappy feelings need to be done with because you are looking at a new beginning. And, again, it's important to remember that the other person that you with needs love too. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show you care. Cancer, the big message for you is if you are in an emotional funk, no matter what it is about, it is affecting the relationship, and some things need to be completed here. You need to be loving and supportive of the person that you are in a relationship with. It's important that they know that you love them. And they need to know the truth too as well about how you're feeling, right? You need to be careful about that manipulation with trickery. But clearly here, Cancer, there is a need here for you to pay a little bit of attention to the partner, the one that truly loves you and truly cares about you. All right, Cancer. So seeing this as the signifier and then looking at a relationship is not good. It's not good. And I do think that a lot of you need to be truthful about the way that you're feeling in a relationship right now. But I feel like some of you are just shutting it off. But at the same time, you're hoping for progress within a relationship. I think that there needs to be open communication here. And I do think that for some of you, there was a question, and I keep hearing it. There's a question on, is this the truth? Is this not the truth? What is your intention, right? And intentions. Truthful intentions is what's important on both sides. But I do think that the other person is being truthful with you about the way that they feel about you. And I do think that there's a need here for you to be supportive and be loving of this person, getting to know them and being supportive. This whole reading says to me that there is something going on with you emotionally, and no matter what it is, I think that your partner is going to be the one that's going to help you through this. Because I'm seeing a new beginning. I mean, these are no joke with the relationship card. Things are going to complete themselves. And I think it has to do with you getting out of that emotional funk. Once the truth is spoken, the truth is out, and you're able to clearly communicate it, it's going to be easier for these things to complete. And then for you to hit a successful new beginning within a relationship. Now, this can definitely be a romantic situation. But on the other hand, it doesn't have to be. But I think I'm talking to Cancers in a relationship right now. You need to be clear and you need to be truthful about how you're feeling, especially if you're questioning how the other person feels, because I do think that there is truth coming in with them. Because there is that question when you see the Knight of Cups. You know, where's the action here, right? What are your intentions? Talk is cheap. But I do think that this person is truthful in the way that they feel. I think that they love you and they want to be supportive to you. They're just needing it returned from you to them, right? It's just something is happening with you emotionally and you are blocking yourself. You are blocking yourself from dealing with it. And whatever the situation is, you know, the fact that you're still hoping for progress within a relationship is good to see. It's good to see. And you have to be open to the abundance of love in your life. And you need to be careful here about overdoing things. And then trickery. I gotta be honest with you, Cancer. I think you need to be careful about, if you're not willing to open up emotionally, you have to be careful about what you're saying. Because this is where Burnt by the Sun is coming in with this. When you overdo something, it may be coming off as manipulation. I don't think that that's your intention. I just think that you're in an emotional funk that you can't talk about, but I think you need to. But you're looking at a brand new beginning in a relationship, and where you end up is really good. I mean, seeing the universe, and again, the Wheel of Fortune, this is good. It's good energy, really good, especially within a relationship. I don't see this as a breakup. I see it as you hitting a bump in the road and then having a new beginning. But there needs to be truth with the way that you're feeling.